Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Yes, we're going into the locker room right now, folks. Michelle, you're probably really happy about that, aren't you?
I'm just going to sit back and listen.
Little
and
Michelle
might
here.
Surprise you. Don't underestimate.
We're not going to underestimate you. We are here, folks. We do realize, football season is upon us. Everybody going back to school, getting all geared up for that. And a guy you've seen on this program many times here, Seneca Wallace, former Iowa State Cyclone great, in the studio with us. And for you Hawkeye fans, we didn't forget about you either. The one and only Brad Banks making his way here. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks for being on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Quarterback duo going on right here. But the important thing is we're going to talk about where you can see both these guys a little later on today. You can see Seneca sporting the shirt there a little later on today. But before we get into that, I want to get your take, since you guys been in the game your whole life, about the Thursday night football game last night. It was the Super Bowl champs and the Browns.
0-16 from last year.
And the final score of the game was 5-0.
Right.
All right. We have some highlights from the game here. First of all, what do you think about this guy going down like this? Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, always scary, and he's in the past have had a lot of injuries, and that's what's going to plague him. I think that's one of his biggest things. If he can stay healthy for them this season, it'll help him out.
And then look at this, Foles down in the end zone. He said, I wasn't down. So then they had to review it, of course.
Yes. Both knees are down. Down.
Yeah.
Safety. So that's how they got their two of their 5 points.
Yeah, but these games are just bizarre. It was like interception city, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it was a tough game. Both defenses showed up, and these guys were getting after it. I mean, you see right here, we got an interception, going back. So guys are out there making plays. So that's when you get that 5-0 game.
Yeah. Now, is this a reflection again? Is this a reflection of what we can expect for the rest of the year, games like this, or not?
No. I mean, it's the third preseason game, so it's pretty much the last dress rehearsal for both starting offensive, defensive teams. So obviously, Nick Foles didn't play a whole lot last season. Obviously, he came in when Carson Wentz got hurt week 11. But obviously, we've seen a little bit of what Nick Foles was before he actually got signed to Philadelphia. And obviously, with the Cleveland Browns, they win games like that, 5-0. That's how they were. I mean, 0-16, I'm going to give them at least probably 6 or 7 wins.
That many?
Maybe. Because on paper, they look good.
Yeah.
On paper, they have the right pieces. And even if they go out and sign Des Bryant as well, that's going to make them even that much more powerful with Gordon, Des Bryant, and then obviously with the guy that they got there now with Landry. I mean, they're going to be very potent on offense.
All right, so we just had to get your professional take on that, gentlemen. But you guys are going to be making an appearance a little later on today. Brad, how did this all come about?
It was something that fellow teammate of mine, Nate Kading, as part of tailgating, reached out to me and said, hey, we're trying to put together a nice grand opening at the Jordan Creek Mall. We're thinking you and Seneca. So I'm like, hey, okay, that's something I could be into. Tell me a little bit more about it. And so here we are today, and we have the shirts right here, tailgate, and they got a nice store coming over at Jordan Creek Mall. So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
All right, so what time we plan on being out there?
We're going to be there from 4 to 7. There's a Q&A that we're going to be having. We're going to be doing that first with a Q&A, and then actually it's going to be followed with a signing by me and Brad Banks. So come on out.
What are people most interested in when they ask you questions?
What are they most interested in? I mean,
I'm just cringing.
I'm sure that it's going to be some. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be some Iowa and some Iowa State questions that are going to definitely come up. So obviously with Mr. Banks here, it's going to be a little bit of it might bring him back to a sad place. But at the same time, but look, the man went on to go 11-1. You guys went 11-1. Yeah. And we finished 7-7, so they end up having the better season. But also, at the end of the day, being here in the state of Iowa, where it's Iowa State, I won the battle. So.
No, say which game was most important, Seneca?
For me,
for you.
There was a lot of
Michelle, I tell that story like, hey, that's a whole different story.
I was going to say, what is your you tell the same story. I want to hear the Hawkeye take on this.
Our take is, hey, we use that game to go ahead and win the rest of the games of the year. For me, that's how that goes.
It's a learning experience. I mean, obviously, they went on, like I said, they went on to win what? 9 games after that?
Yeah, something like
straight?
That. Yeah.
So it was huge for them. I mean, obviously, we had our bumps in the road, and we were talking about this outside the studio. Their schedule was very favorable. They didn't really play anybody too tough on their schedule.
Tough ones that year.
And the Cyclones had probably one of the toughest schedules on the planet.
Oh my God.
We had some tough ones. We had some tough ones.
Okay, what were some of the other tough ones you had that year?
We had Michigan was a good team. Penn State was a good team that year.
And that's it.
You had a tough Purdue team. We had a real tough Purdue team that year.
Yeah.
We had a real tough Purdue team that year. You know, the Big Ten schedule can be tough sometimes. And, but we had a really good team, and we just kind of, buckled down and, hey, let's just go.
No, but seriously, when you guys were playing, again, in all eras like that, there really were no cream puff games, were there?
No, there's no such thing as that. You know, there's no such thing. You know, guys go out, they bust their humps just like we do, and it just really comes down to, hey, just trying to make some plays and get a win.
There you go. So obviously playing for Iowa, a lot of attention for the University of Iowa, which was really cool. But you spent a little time with the Barnstormers.
I spent a little time with the Barnstormers. I spent some time up in Canada.
Canadian Football League,
it was some great experiences. Playing professionally.
Tell us about the team in Canada that you played for real quick as compared to what it was like down here in the United States.
Oh, man. So I played with Montreal Alouettes, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Ottawa Renegades, now the Red Blacks. And so you're dealing with different, bigger field, bigger football, 12-man, 3 downs. So it's a different game, but at the end of the day, it's football.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line.
Is it arena football?
So it's outdoor.
Outdoor, okay, all right.
Yeah, but when you got here to play for the Stormers, then how cool was that? Because you guys had similar colors. You're used to those colors, weren't you?
Yeah. It was. We had add a little Iowa State in there, but mostly black, right? So we made the most of it, and so we come down to a smaller field, and it was smaller numbers on the field as far as players and high-scoring games, and so it's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, so you talk all about that. So, a different perspective when it comes to football from the career path that you took. Now, but Seneca, for those people that I'm sure they're aware, NFL is where you ended up, and what the Seahawks were your first destination, wasn't it?
Right, it was, and it was a great experience. I was there for 7 years. And, obviously, like he said, you coming from a college atmosphere and then going to the pros, it's night and day. And for me, was trying to get caught up with the speed of the game, which was totally different. The speed of the game.
How much quicker than it was than college?
A lot quicker.
A lot quicker.
Oh, yeah, a lot quicker. I mean, you got guys who are running the same speed playing D lineman as you, and so you got to get used to that. D lineman coming off the edge, you got the D tackles that are just as fast. So the speed of the game, coverages, I can go into detail about it, but it's a lot different than it is playing in college, that's for sure.
And when people come and see both you guys a little later on today, they can have conversations like this.
There it is. That's what it's about. The Q&A is to ask them, it's an open book for us, especially for me. Come out, ask us questions, and we'll be there to answer every question that we have.
There you go, folks. You can go check them out again later on this afternoon. Yeah. So, we talked about some possible inclement weather east of 35s in case you plan on going that direction. Well, if you change your mind, want to come back over to the west side of Des Moines, take care of that, or just come over and hang out with these guys.
That's right.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. We're indoors, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
That's how
it doesn't matter. Now, are you guys going to have things for you can autograph with you at the same time? What are you going to have? What kind of stuff are you going to have?
So we're going to have some koozies. There's going to be some good fun giveaway things, some football helmets, miniature football helmets.
Oh, there are, okay.
So there's a gift bag that you're going to get with your purchase. I think the tickets have dropped down to $20 now instead of when they were $40.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's $20. You get a gift bag with a koozie, like I said, a miniature helmet, and some other signed autograph stuff. And here's some of the memorabilia stuff that we'll be signing.
We'll hold this one up right here.
Man, give me mine. Give me mine.
Hold this one.
We got our Cyclone stuff for all the Cyclones.
Hold this one up. Here we go.
There you go.
Here we go.
Lou put them over there so I make sure I didn't get the names wrong.
There's another one.
You see it.
I didn't see that one. My bad.
Cyclones, baby. We'll see what happens.
Does it look like you? Let me see. Does it look like you? Yeah, that kind of looks like him, doesn't it?
It's just like the T-shirt, man.
That's perfect.
You did a good job with these, man. And they'll be selling these T-shirts while supplies last at the store as well. So please come out and buy them.
That works. All right. And again, tell everybody where it's going to be again.
Hey, Jordan Creek Mall between 4 and 7 at the tailgate store, right across from the food court.
That works. Okay, Brad's like, don't forget the food court.
Yeah, don't forget the food court. That's where we at.
Brad, thank you, man. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, as always, buddy. Thanks, man. Good to see you, bud.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.